Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial. Today we're here to create a tutorial for Rainbow Crafticari, and as you all know, the new term has begun and we have a great new team. And this month we've started our challenges and we have a fun color palette with the theme of love to go for the April challenge. The colors range from a very burgundy, uh, violet, all the way to a baby pink to a cream. So just going to be playing with those colors and creating a journal page. The theme here incorporated is love for art, love for craft, as well as love for journaling as such, and the colors. So today we'll be using the gel press. For this we're using the gel press plate, which is the 8 by 10 inches plate, and this comes on a layer of acrylic sheet sandwiched between two acrylic sheets. So just taking out one and keeping this aside, some ivory paper, so this would be the journal page itself. We'd also keep some scrap paper so that any excess paint can be lifted on this, and then later you can use this for another background. Apart from that, we'll be using this mixed media stencil from 13 Arts titled Bubbles, as well as a Finaware stencil, which is a 7 by 9 elementals grungy grid stencil. So these are the two stencils that we'll be using. Now for the paint, we're going to use Dilutions paint, and I'm just going to read out the shades. So this is white linen, melted chocolate, cherry pie, pure sunshine, pomegranate seed, funky fuchsia, and bubblegum pink. So a combination of these to get the color. Apart from that, we need a water misting bottle. So this is just a plain spray bottle filled with water, and as we go along we'll grab a few more supplies to add to the layers. So the first step is to begin with our gel press plate. Now just starting with the lightest shade, so we don't have a ready cream color, and for that I'm just going to mix some white with brown and pure sunshine yellow just to get that sort of creamy color, and I'll directly do it on the plate. So for that, first using my finger I'm just going to randomly add some white paint and then a little bit of the yellow and brown, and just mist it with water and sort of blend it all. So this will also give us a very watercolorish background for our first layer. And then just keeping the paper and rubbing a brayer on the back to lift the color, and that's our first layer that we've got. So like I said, there's a lot of color here, so using the scrap paper you can always lift the remaining color for a background to be used at a later date. And you can clean the plate with the help of a wet wipe, so that the colors stand out and you don't get a very muddy effect. It's always good to dry between layers, so after the plate is just clean we can quickly get our first layer dried. Now with that done, time to add some of the pink tones. So again, in a very same way, Let's just add a few colors. The white sort of blends everything together and gives it a really nice look. So the same procedure like the first time. Here we've taken 2 shades of pink and then a little bit of white and just rub it all together to blend it. So with that we have our colors beautifully on the background. So you can see we have lighter tones of the pink, darker tones, and the cream standing up. And for another next layer we're just going to add another shade of darker pink. So just lifting this off onto the second piece of paper. Now this time, because it's all pink anyway, I'll directly go in adding the shade without cleaning. So here I'm just adding the fuchsia color, which will bring about the darker tone to our palette, and slight pomegranate seed, which is like the darkest burgundy in the palette. So here more or less I've ended up using all the colors on the challenge palette. So now the background layers are all dried up, and all we need to do is add some more texture with the stencils. And for this I'm just going to end up sticking to using plain white color paint, because that will just highlight everything in the background. So keeping the stencil on the gel press plate, I'm going to add some of the white paint, and I'll just rub it with the brayer so we have a nice stencil design on the plate. So lifting the stencil off, I'm going to lift this design now on the journal page. So there we have that pattern now onto the page, and it breaks the entire monotony, and the colors also pop up. So I'm just going to do a little more of whatever is left over at the bottom. So same way, just using the other stencil for a little more texture. So that way we have some nice design texture on our background. So that is now done, and let's quickly just clean up the plate, set this aside. Our work with the gel press is done, and we'll now go in with some other elements. Next, let's do some background stamping. So we're just using some Finnabair background stamps, stays on black ink and archival ink in deep purple color for the stamping. So beginning with the first stamp, and this is going to be very random, there is no set pattern. It's just to further add some colors, some texture and depth to a page. next just picking a white uniball pen to add some doodling, just sort of highlight a few areas. Again, just something very random, nothing set over here. And now just using these distress crayons, seedless preserves and fossilized amber to sort of highlight colors here and there. So for the focal element, we're using these Craft collectibles, the Ooh La La collection, and just picked out this doily which would go with our color scheme. And we had this laser cut butterfly in our stash, so that and a butterfly from this collectibles collection. So that would make some great elements for the layering. And then all we need is a sentiment, a quote or a phrase to complete the page. So using some tacky glue, let's get our elements down in place. So using Tim Holtz small talk stickers, let's add some phrase to the page. So since it's all about love for art and everything, so creativity takes courage, and I just want to make nice things. So these two perfectly go with the mood of this journal page. So adding that, and then using some black uniball pen to outline the stickers. So that just gives it a nice edge and makes it all pop up. So over here, like you can see on this page, we've not done anything three-dimensional. It just made sense to have everything flat, yet have so many layers, and everything looks unique as well as blended. With that done, the page is now complete, and probably we can also outline this doily with the black pen. So with that done, our journal page is complete, and you can see how easy it was to put this all together with minimal elements and minimal products. So hoping that you enjoyed this tutorial, and looking forward to seeing your creations as well, and do share them with us. Feel free, and looking forward to your participation in the month's challenge. All the details are on the Rainbow Crafticari blog, so do participate to win some amazing prizes and to be featured. And apart from that, watch out the entire month for some great inspirations, great tutorials by new team members. So until the next time, take care and bye-bye.